Here's a look at New York City's LaGuardia Airport. You can see the snow coming down. It has been falling in a steady clip all day, and so far there have been more than 400 flights canceled there. In total, airlines have canceled more than 11,000 U.S. flights for Sunday, according to flight tracking site FlightAware. It's the most for a single day since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. CBS News correspondent Tom Hanson joins us now from Boston. Tom, it sure does look beautiful, but tell me what you're seeing.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving, Lindsay, because it is snowy, it is cold. People keep on asking me if it feels like a winter wonderland. Not to be a cynic here, but I have yet to figure out the wonderful part of this storm. It is cold, it is snowy, it's only going to get more cold and more snowy, and we are just at the beginning. We are in for a long afternoon into the evening with a little bit more snow even tomorrow. So the National Weather Service says the inch total should be around 9 inches here today, with another 3 inches tomorrow. But really, one of the concerns here is the cold snap that follows this, because once this snow is down on the ground, it is going to stick around. We are looking at temperatures in the single digits. Now, I want to point out, I'm picking up the snow right here. The snow here is very powdery. It is not heavy. It is not wet. And that is a good thing for utility workers who have been concerned about any sort of freezing on the power lines. This snow is not going to do that, we are told. But one of the concerns here is obviously maintaining gas lines. We spoke with one of the main providers here servicing 4.4 million people in Massachusetts and in Connecticut. And they tell us that they are going to be deploying people on the ground, working around the clock to make sure that gas lines remain on, that there is no damage structurally to those gas lines so people can get the heat that they need, because it is going to be a brutal week in New England with all of the cold temperatures. I will say we're right on the harbor over here, and to my surprise, there are actually some seagulls and ducks that are really enjoying this weather, but not a lot of people out on the streets here so far. A lot of people heeding the warnings from officials saying to stay home because it is going to get rough over the next few hours, Lindsay.
Yeah, it looks like it's snowing pretty good there. There were some people behind you. I guess Bostonians are just built differently. Tom Hanson, thank you. Hopefully you get a warm cup of something soon.
Thanks.
CBS News national reporter Kati Weis is in Tupelo, Mississippi. Katie, how's it looking where you are?
Well, actually, just here behind me, another limb has fallen down all throughout the morning here, just outside of Tupelo near New Albany, Mississippi, just a little further north from Tupelo. Really, trees and limbs have been falling down left and right everywhere we look. It almost sounds like firecrackers. And we actually were able to talk with some Mississippi Department of Transportation crews who have been trying to deal with these trees falling down. They said that they're really understaffed and are dealing with a serious equipment issue. Take a listen.
We're spread thin on equipment here because there's so many guys in different directions. And we're out here having to manually do this, where usually we would need a backhoe or a bulldozer or something to help move this stuff.
Is that the sound of a tree falling?
Yeah, those are trees breaking, the tops breaking out and trees falling.
Wow.
Sounds like gunshots.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. But
how long have you been out here doing this?
We've been out here last night. We took a little break, but we were out yesterday all day plying the roads because this was all ice.
And you heard our meteorologist talking about parts of northern Mississippi having 1 to 2 inches of ice accumulation. This is just one branch that's on the ground. Imagine this being a much larger branch. You know, it can do some serious damage. In fact, one of the coworkers of that man that you heard just now, he said that his coworker had to stay home because he had 2 trees that had fallen on his house, and he had to deal with that before he could come out and clear the roads. In fact, I also just talked to a couple guys who had driven out. They had to use chainsaws to cut their way out of their neighborhood just so they could come to a gas station and find some cigarettes. We'll send it back to you, Lindsay.
All right, Kati Weis, thank you. Let's turn now to correspondent Jason Allen, who is in Oklahoma City. Jason, what's it like where you are?
Hey, good morning. Sorry, I know we're a little bit tilted right now, but we'll get you set because you can see it's a beautiful morning here in Oklahoma City. We got the first part of the storm, so we know what it's like to where Katie was and where Dave was. We kind of had that yesterday and the day before. Now the sun has come out, which is great. There's probably about 8 inches or so of snow on the ground. So a very significant snowstorm here in Oklahoma because they only average maybe 6 to 7 inches a year. I'll give you a look at the roads and keep in mind this is kind of interior roadways, right, in neighborhoods. This is just from people driving on it this morning. Out on the main arteries and on the highways, plows have been out and they're doing a fairly good job. But with temperatures the way that they are here, Lindsay, so we're still about 16 degrees this morning. When the wind blows, obviously it feels a lot colder. It's still going to be a couple of days before any of the roadways here are clear. The cold really probably helped the situation a little bit with this storm because as it came in, Oklahoma did not get the ice, did not get the sleet that they have been getting further to the south. So power has stayed on here. Power outages have been very isolated, very limited, just a lot of snow. And it's been going to be a couple of days before temperatures warm up enough to start melting the snow in these areas. Lindsay?
Ooh, that parka pulling double duty in 16 degrees. Jason Allen, thank you. And as we deal with the dangerously low temperatures, there are some things you should do to take out of your car. Make sure you don't leave with a mess or something worse. So during sub-zero weather, you should make sure you don't have any aerosol cans inside because those could become unstable and potentially break or explode. Bring any canned drinks and food in as well. In addition to eggs, electronics should also stay away from the cold. Those low temps could impact how they function. And all medications should be in with you. They should not be frozen. We'll have you covered with all the updates on the storm all day long from across the country, so stay right here on CBS News 24/7.